Welcome to the Aldo podcast, where we talk about taxes and money. The information provided in this show is for entertainment and informational purposes only. For specific questions about taxes, accounting, and cash management, we strongly recommend you check with a qualified professional. With all that said, let's get rolling. Today's topic is let's talk about 1099s. I want to talk to you about the top three 1099s that small business owners have to deal with. So they're going to be 1099 NEC, 1099 miscellaneous, and 1099K. Let's dive into a little more detail about what they are, who needs to issue them, and who needs to receive them. Let's talk about 1099 NEC, which stands for non-employee compensation. This form is used by small business owners to pay usually contractors, solopreneurs, freelancers, etc. So a lot of people that provide services like myself, an accountant, maybe a marketing person, your web developer, graphic designer, and so on. No, you don't have to issue it. You don't have to issue to every single one. So there is a threshold amount, which is $600. So you have to pay these people at least $600 individually during the year in order in order for you to be required to file and issue a 1099 for them. So you submit that to your vendor and also the IRS. Okay, the due date to file with the IRS is January 31st, and for you to send that 1099 form also is January 31st. Okay. Now there is a couple of exceptions. In most instances, you do not have to issue a 1099 NEC if the company you're making payments to is an S corporation or a C corporation. The next type of 1099 that a small business may have to issue is what is called a 1099 miscellaneous, MISC. That's their abbreviation or whatnot. This form is used really to make a different type of payment. So, for example, rent payment to the landlord, royalty payments, prices from the lottery or whatnot. So, not a lot of use, but and attorneys too. For some reason, they get a 1099 miscellaneous. The exception applies as well for most S corporations and C corporations. So, if you see that a vendor you pay to is an S corp or a C corp, you don't have to issue a 1099. So what a 1099K is basically a form that is going to be issued by third-party credit card processors, app payments, kind of your PayPal's, your Squares, and anybody else that collects and handle payments on your behalf or whatnot. The requirement is that in order for you to get a 1099K, is you had to have 200 transactions and you had to have sales of at least $20,000. So if you didn't meet both requirements, you're not gonna get a 1099K. Okay. Now for 2024, you're gonna phase that in, and the threshold is gonna be $5,000 in sales. So you're gonna get that a 1099K at that point in time. I believe the ultimate goal is $600, but yet to be seen. We might see that in 2025, but then again, the IRS may change their mind at any point in time. But again, just as a reminder, guys, just because you do not get a 1099, that does not mean that you get to exclude that those payments from your income. The IRS is very clear about this. They still want you to include all income you have collected for your business on your tax return. It doesn't matter whether or not the company required to issue the 1099 to you did not do so. Now, let's say you're a business owner. I understand you're very busy and you did not get around to issuing a 1099 by January 31st. What happens then? Well, the reality is you're going to be subject to a penalty fee, and that's going to be per unit. So let's say, for example, or per recipient, right? So, say, for example, you have 10 vendors that you need to issue a 1099 on. You're going to be subject to a penalty fee between $50 to $580, depending how long you are late filing that penalty fee. So, me personally, what I use for myself and my clients is 1099 Track. taxplanning.com. They're not sponsoring me. I've been using it for a few years. They're easy and simple to use, and honestly pretty affordable. So I'm going to include a link here below in the notes. So check them out. But also, if you use QuickBooks Online, they also have that service. I've used them in the past and they work great. Now, I understand sometimes you want to pay the money. So the IRS actually offers a service that you can do for free. I have not used it. Maybe a little bit cumbersome or whatnot, but I'm going to include a link as well for you to check it out and look at that free option for you. Okay. Now, as of 2023, you are required to electronically file electronically file these information forms if you have 10 or more recipients, and that's including your W-2 employees and also 1099s. So if that's the case, you can no longer manually file that. And honestly, why would you even do it? It's much simpler and easier to just do it electronically and call it a day. So remember, the due date for all your recipients for you to get your 1099 NEC and 1099 miscellaneous is going to be January 31st. Uh, for uh, for you to file with the IRS, the due date is going to be for 1099 NECs is going to be January 31st, and for 1099 miscellaneous is going to be February 28th. Okay, so you still got some time. Uh, hopefully you're able to get your information, submit that file down on time, and then continue on to your tax returns. Right? If you enjoyed this content, please like and share it with your friends and family. All right. Till next time. If you like the content of this channel, please like, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. Till next time.